One. And today I'm going to do a special segment called Think About It. Think About It. Now, what I want you to think about is this first. In a time of great deception, telling the truth is a radical act. And the truth to me, guys, is very clear. Our solar system has been approaching and has been close to us for a very long time, since 2011. I've been doing this for 2 years. Trust me, it's not going to be Jupiter that's going to be Nibiru. Second, there is an artificial lighting system in operation that is hiding this system. So a lot of people say, well, why can't astronomers see the system? Why can't we have a predictable photograph of the system? Well, we spent almost the last 6 months studying and documenting an artificial light system in operation. We're going to spend some time talking about that. That is hiding it, and that includes the chemtrails. Now, the patents are well documented. I mean, you could go to any number of truther sites and see the patents. I can also link you to a couple. But I'm going to link you to my physicist white paper in this, which the physicist is actually pulling together the patents, the observations, and then helping us to kind of navigate through it. Third, the observations on Secchi. That weird craft, we're starting to think that weird craft isn't some kind of alien ship. We think that that's a light manipulation device or a device that's being used in this system. We have observations on the ground, tons of them. We have photos showing the system in space in operation from the ISS. So the question that you have, and this is what I want you to think about. Why would they spend this much effort covering and misdirecting us? Chemtrails, science, scientists, spacecraft, all this stuff that's happening. Why? To hide Jupiter from us? I don't think so. Number 3, things will continually get worse. This is the classic boil the frog scenario. And I keep trying to demonstrate that this isn't going to be an overnight thing necessarily. There might be a tipping point, but right now it's a boil the frog scenario. In other words, you put the frog in the cold water and slowly turn up the temperature, and you could boil the frog without them jumping out. I think that's exactly what's happening. Think 1 year ago. 1 year ago, guys. If I would have said 1 year ago that Caltech was going to say that, admit that Nibiru was Planet 9 was real, you guys would have laughed me off the stage. So trust me, telling truth in a time of great deception is a radical act, my friends. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's not easy. So a little bit on the Sun Simulator, because I want to make a point about this, and I want to make it really good today. I have, with the physicist, we have gone through and looked at all the evidence surrounding this artificial light system. And to me, the evidence is overwhelming. We have direct photographs in old school video here. We have thousands of halo shots from all over the world, which is showing the Fresnel, I can't, guys, just get off my back about not being able to pronounce Fresnel, okay? But anyway, the proof is irrefutable. There is an artificial system causing light rays on the sun, or causing us not to be able to see what's up, around, or in the vicinity of the sun, or different sections of the sky, depending on what's up there. It's a fact, Jack. And they're not doing it to hide Jupiter. Here's an example of a balloon flight where we were actually able to see the green planet once we were able to establish the focal point at 100,000 feet above the Earth. WSO did this experiment on our own, and we revolutionized the way that we look at this artificial lighting system. In fact, if you go back to look at some of the June 11th flight on a previous video, you'll actually be able to see the Fresnel lens. You'll be able to see all the different components of this system reflected in there. Here's a reflection where you can actually see the hexagonal shape of the light projection unit and the light behind it. Here you can see the chemtrails also working in conjunction with this light bending technology to keep what's up there away from us. Here's, to me, conclusive proof and an analysis by the physicist. On the right, a film photograph of a device appearing in our skies. On the left, a lens flare. And by the way, the photographer who took that, thank you so very, very much for taking it. That has literally cut loose our theory, that picture on the left. Now, with the same characteristics of the device on the left, we have a lens flare. This suggests it's a sun simulation device. So they're simulating the sun, sending out a light that simulates the sun when the sun gets weak. When the sun is strong enough, they turn it off. So the last 4 days, or 4 days up till yesterday, they had it on, full blast. Red halo, everything. And now, today, yesterday, off. Must be that the sun is okay right now, or generating enough energy for light. We also even know what the design of it looks like, and we actually know how it works. The containment vessel, back mounting, Fresnel lens, the SL, everything. We've broken this thing down, guys. They are not spending this money to hide Jupiter. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. So, this is the conclusion of today's video, and I want to make it very clear to you guys what's going on here at WSO. We are literally telling the biggest, we are uncovering the biggest cover-up in the history of mankind. A story that no one was going to touch after 2012. They thought they poisoned the well. They thought that nobody was going to take up the torch and try to tell the truth after that. Well, they're wrong. WSO is going to go after the truth. We might make mistakes, but we're never going to lie. They filter content based on demographics. Listen to me, folks. The reason that our audience is about, the truther audience, the hardcore truthy audience can probably be defined by BP Earthwatch's reach. He's got about 125,000 subscribers. I don't believe they're ever going to let any of this stuff out of that demographic. And that's why it's basically just all of us regurgitating information amongst each other is what it is. However, if they set us loose and there was no filters on our videos and there was no filters or any blocking, we saw what would happen. We'd never have to fundraise another day. Because what happened when we had a full rain, our video went out to 300,000. It was going to go to 1 million, and then they filtered it. That was back in March. And ever since then, they've been sitting on our heads. This includes Scott, the Nibiru channel. This includes Dabu. This includes Richie from Boston. This includes all of us. We are basically regurgitating the same audience over and over again because they want to keep us off in a corner. Deception and misinformation is rampant. They're trying to turn us against each other. They're constantly trying to call each other liars, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is I'm not an enemy with any truther. If you're honestly trying to find the truth and you make mistakes, I can handle that. I cannot handle intentional deception. I cannot handle intentional misinformation. And that's something that WSO will never, never accept. Now, if you can't understand that this is a spiritual journey, then maybe we need to go back a few steps. And I want to talk about WS's core purpose. Christians, the people that studied the Bible, the people of the book, all those people, they have nowhere to go, man. If you want to go talk, if you want to go listen to somebody with a Christian perspective, where do you have to go? You have to go to the Tom Horns and all those guys, and they're not covering the story. I think the only true Christian, foundationally Christian channel out there is me, for Nibiru. So this is a place where Christians can come for safety. And anybody else that wants to come, anybody who knows peace, you're going to be welcome in my community. But primarily, I want to know that this is a ministry to Christians to help them sort it out. And together we rise. If we continue to backbite each other and they continue to make us infight, we will be ineffective. This goes for you, BP Earthwatch. This goes for you, Richie from Boston. This goes for you, Dabu. This goes for all of the truthers out there, BP Earthwatch, Matthew Rogers, the Nibiru channel, Planet X. All of these channels that are trying to piece the pieces together, we rise together or we're going to fall together. And let me tell you something right now. No one is getting rich from this. I can guarantee you. Nobody's making hand over fist money. I am right now running with about $120 in the checking account, but it's because of you guys that we're able to do this full time against the odds. That's why we're doing it. That's why we take donations. That's why we're going to continue to try to grow the channel. But let me ask you to do one big favor for me today. Any subscriber that's watching this, share one of my videos with one person who has never been part of this effort or a part of this. Find a video that you think is mellow and good and just share it with somebody who you know would never be in this community. And let's see if we can get this to reach